Hello and welcome to the College Fairs of Greater Denver. My name is Jenny and I'd like to welcome you to this event. Thank you so much for participating. We're excited to have you here. We have some fantastic schools with us here today, but before we get started, we have a few housekeeping announcements. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Greater Denver. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, Valparaiso University. Jess, you're muted. Jess, you're on mute. There you
You
go.
would think I would realize how to do this by now after so long, but I'm Jess Jansen. I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions and Financial Aid at Valparaiso University. We are located in Valparaiso, Indiana, which is about an hour southeast of Chicago and about 20 minutes from the Indiana Dunes National Park, which is the 7th most visited national park in the country, where you can hike, camp, snowshoe, and go to the beach, all in our backyard. Valpo is an independent Lutheran university with approximately 3,100 undergraduate students from most of the 50 states, as well as 34 countries. We're a diverse and inclusive community that welcomes students from all faiths, all cultures, and all identities to campus. We offer over 70 different degree programs with our 5 direct admit colleges, which include the College of Arts and Sciences, our College of Business, our College of Engineering, and our College of Nursing and Health Professions. We also have Christ College, the 3rd oldest honors college in the country, and it's modeled after Christ College in Cambridge, England. There's plenty of academic options for our students to find and develop their passions on campus with all of the help of our dedicated faculty, who are the only ones teaching our classes. Our class sizes are about 20 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 10:1. Our faculty and staff go above and beyond our academics to get to know you personally, which is a great characteristic of smaller schools just like Valpo. Over 400 Valpo students are Division I athletes on campus, but we also have intramural clubs, sports, and over 100 different student organizations and clubs. This includes multicultural organizations and groups, study abroad, service trips, faith life organizations, and participating in the fine arts, even if it's just as an extracurricular. 30% of Valpo's student body is involved in Greek life, which is one of we have 17 national and fraternities and sororities. Do you think Valpo might be someplace that you could see yourself? Maybe traveling to the Midwest, spending time at the beach? You can apply through the Common App or our own application. It's free and we're on a rolling application basis. We are test optional for 2022-2023 for all of our programs and majors. And based on your weighted high school cumulative GPA, you can see what you may qualify for based on merit scholarships listed on the right. In addition, the FAFSA opens up on Friday, October 1st. For me, and in financial aid, that's practically a national holiday for me. And any student who completes the FAFSA with Valpo will receive a minimum of $1,000 additional from us. This is my contact information, or you're welcome to scan the QR code to check out some visit opportunities, whether it be virtual or in person, but feel free to reach out to me if you have any other questions. Some of my favorite things include Ben's Soft Pretzels from downtown Valpo, the upper terrace, and our library that overlooks campus, and going to the dunes to hike. I hope to see you on campus and have a wonderful night.
Thank you very much. And remember to all of our participants that you can use the Q&A function to ask questions to any of our panelists at any time during the presentation. Up next, we have Purdue University.
All right, good afternoon or evening evening, everyone. My name is Janiyah Downing from Purdue University. I'm going to set my timer because I am a talker, and if I don't, we'll be here all night. So thank you guys so much for being here. So Purdue University, we're located in West Lafayette, Indiana. Many of you may be familiar with the Midwest. So we are about 2 hours south of Chicago, about an hour north of Indianapolis. Between campus and our two cities, Lafayette and West Lafayette, about 170,000 people. So depending on the size of your town, that might feel really big, or if you're from like Chicago, that's like a block. Either way, we feel like we got a nice like size and feel. A couple things going on campus all the time. We have a farmer's market every Thursday. We do a lot of festivals and events for you to get to know people. We have concerts, live shows, great music in town, and we have this nice pedestrian bridge between both Lafayette and West Lafayette. So if you want to get around, maybe go across to Lafayette, go to some restaurants, art galleries, the mall, you can do that, but you can also get back to campus safely if you want. We also have lots of ways to get around, free bus service, Uber, Lyft, electric scooters, all that jazz. This is what our campus looks like right now. I'm sorry, this is what it looked like a year ago. We actually just brought in our biggest class ever, and currently we have about 49,000 students totally enrolled. A lot of our students come from Indiana, but a bunch come from all over the country, including currently about 317 from the great state of Colorado. So while I wish I was there personally to shake your hand and talk to you, know that when you come here, we have a lot of Colorado natives who have joined us on our campus. Now, when you think about a school like Purdue, we always think about maximizing your academics. Yes, you could just go to the classroom and you could just sit there and learn and you'll probably be just fine. But you could take steps beyond that. Things like undergraduate research. We had over 2,000 opportunities for that this last year alone. Entrepreneurship and innovation, a great way to start your own business and get capital to start it before you even leave campus. Our honors college, a research-based residential college right in the heart of our campus. And then we have Degree Plus, which allows you to double major with two different majors in 4 years, or degree in 3, or instead of being here for a 4th year, we have a program designed to get you in and out in 3 years flat, saving you money on tuition and getting you into the workforce to earn money a year early. What we look for in every applicant are the common application. When they apply, the Common App is the only application we use here at Purdue. A couple of Purdue questions: why Purdue University and why this major at Purdue University? We also love to see self-reported grades, test scores, and English proficiency. If you're reading that correctly, that means you can turn in your grades and test scores when you apply right there on the application. We're also this year a test flexible school. So if you have an SAT or ACT score, we would love to see it. If you don't have one, if you do not have a score, don't worry about it. You do not have to send it at all. Sorry, I think I had an audio issue there for a second. Okay, can you all hear me okay? I think everyone can hear me.
Yep, you sound good.
Yep, perfect. Okay, you just blinked for a second, I was making sure. So self-reported grades and test scores, you can put those right on the application and we will use that to make our decision. Also, there's an essay and a $60 application fee or a waiver. You get those things to us and we'll get started on your application as soon as possible. Now, at our university, we have 11 colleges and 200 different majors, and we do direct admission to all of our programs. So when you do apply to us, even for our most competitive programs like nursing or engineering, if you're admitted, you're into that program. Also, you get to choose 2 majors when you apply. One is your primary, one is your secondary. We will review you for your primary first, and then if we can't admit you there, we'll immediately review you for your second choice major. If you don't have a second choice, you don't have to put one in. But if you do, we would love to see what that second choice is. When we look at your application, we literally look at everything that makes you you. I get the question all the time, what are you looking for? What grades, what GPA? And we're looking at your courses that you've taken. We're looking at your grades. We're actually not looking at your GPA because GPA is subjective to the school you go to. So for us, if we see strong rigor, if we see A's and B's, and we see classes that are especially good as they relate to your major, think engineering, we're looking at math and science. If you're thinking about business, definitely math and English. If you're thinking about like a foreign language, that foreign language, we're going to look for those relevant coursework to be really strong. We're also going to be looking at your essays, your extracurricular activities. We don't require a letter of recommendation, but if you have one, we would love to see it. Finally, we're gonna have some dates and deadlines here. I'm not gonna go through all these, but I will hit the big ones. November 1st, that is our early action deadline. You want to be looked at for scholarships, competitive majors in the Honors College. You want to get that in by that date. And January 15th, that's when we're going to release all of our decisions of everyone who applied before November 1st. That's going to include scholarship and honors college decisions there. After you get that decision in your hands, you have until May 1st to make your final decision of where you want to go. And you have 4 more days to think about if you want to live on campus and your honors college decision, and you can make those choices there. Finally, I want to invite you to campus. We're open. We're doing open houses. We're doing daily visits. We're doing walk-in visitors. Many of our colleges are taking guests as well. Take your time, think about it. If you are worried about safety and COVID-19, please Google Protect Purdue and see what's going on our campus to make sure you have the safest trip possible. With that said, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will be answering questions in the chat.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Up next, we have the University of Evansville.
Good evening. So my name is Jill Fisher. I am the Assistant Director of Admission here at the University of Evansville. So you may ask, where is Evansville? We are located in the southwestern corner of the state. We are the 3rd largest city in the state, with several major cities just about 2 to 3 hours away. Our total enrollment includes over 2,300 students, with about 2,000 of those being in our undergraduate population. You can see by our low student to faculty ratio and average class size that we offer those small classes that just really help students better engage with our faculty. Our professors want to get to know you as a person, not just a number on their roster. Our incredible faculty teach because that's what their passion is. That's why they're there. They want to act as a mentor to you and help you successfully reach all of your goals while you're in college. At UE, we do have over 75 different majors and areas of study. Some unique programs that we have include archaeology, creative writing. We also have an ethics and social change major. And then we offer direct entry opportunities in nursing, athletic training, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and also our Masters of Physician Assistant Science. You can find all of our majors on our website under academics. All of our students are encouraged to study abroad and have at least one internship while they're at UE. And then as far as athletics, we are probably one of the smallest Division I schools in the country. We do have 17 different teams, and we are known as the Purple Aces. You can see a picture of our mascot down there in that bottom right corner. So take a look at this picture. How would you like to spend a semester living in a castle? At UE, you can actually study abroad at our study abroad campus over in England. It's called Harlaxton College. You can actually feel like you're living in the real Hogwarts for a semester. We have owned Harlaxton for 50 years now. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary. And since we own it, your tuition, room and board is the same cost over there. Your scholarship, financial aid, all of that goes with you. So really the additional cost you're looking at is going to be related to travel. While you're over there, you do have 3-day weekends each week. So you can take the weekend off, travel around Europe, around the UK. There's a couple extended weekends in there as well. So you can go maybe a little farther out. Every major at UE can go, including nursing, engineering, all of those majors. And typically sophomore year is when most students will study abroad. Nursing is the exception. They wait until fall of senior year so that they are able to gain some experience in the public healthcare setting while they're over there. And this is always a question I like to pose to students, something to think about. Do you see challenges as an opportunity to make a difference in your city, in your state, in the world, really? If you can answer yes to that, then you're what's known as a change maker. So UE is one of approximately 50 official change maker campuses around the world. So what this means is our students and our faculty set the bar for social innovation and making positive change in the world. So at UE, you can actually start making a difference from day one. Our students make positive change by some examples are promoting alternative energy sources, reducing infant mortality, and they even actually provide microloans and services to women entrepreneurs. We also have a high school changemaker challenge that happens in January, where you can pitch an idea. It's open to anyone in the world, and you pitch your idea, and that idea could snag you up to a full tuition scholarship. So let's talk about applying. We do offer a free application. It is available on our website or through the Common Application, and you can apply beginning August 1st of your senior year. For most majors, we only require an application and a transcript in order to be able to make a holistic admission decision. In some cases, we may request additional information, but we'll contact you if that's the case. Students are welcome to submit their test scores for additional scholarship consideration up until February 1st. And there are a few programs you'll see noted on this slide that do require test scores and or an essay in order to be considered for one of those direct entry programs. And then be sure to apply by November 1st in order to get an early decision and scholarship decision back from us. So tuition and financial aid, our current costs are about $53,000 for tuition fees and housing and meal plans. Now this is sticker price. No one pays this. 100% of our admitted students do receive a generous scholarship to attend. Our scholarships are automatic, and we actually have a scholarship grid on our website with many add-on awards available. I will throw that link in the chat. One such add-on award is our FAFSA Incentive Award. You get an additional $1,000 just for sending your FAFSA to UE by December 15th. It is renewable. And then we'll stack any outside scholarships on top of what we have given you. And then you'll also see the average financial aid and scholarship package at UE is just under $30,000. Now, visiting, we have several visit opportunities available. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see them listed here. I recommend an individual visit because it's personalized to you and your interest. You'll meet one-on-one with a professor while you're there. And then we also have a flying reimbursement program where you can get up to $300 back towards the cost of your flight to visit UE. Evansville does have an airport about 15 minutes north of campus, and you can check out the link that is listed here on our website. And then also we do offer a visit scholarship. So for coming and taking a tour and meeting with the admission office, you will receive our visit scholarship as well. And then be sure to follow us on social media. You'll see all kinds of photos and videos from our students. I know we just uploaded a ton of videos onto our YouTube channel, so definitely get on there, check that out. And then here is my contact information. Please do not ever hesitate to call me, text me, email me. I'm always happy to help. And I want to thank you all for joining us tonight, and I hope to connect soon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, a reminder to all of our participants that the Q&A is open. So feel free to drop your questions to any of our panelists here in the Q&A whenever you would like, and they'll answer them for you. Up next, we have DePauw University.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. And hello from Indiana as well. Continuing on our fun little Midwest road show here, we're going to take a stop in beautiful Greencastle, Indiana. I am Ben Hatchett, Regional Associate Director of Admission at DePaul University and 2017 graduate of DePaul. So I'm going to give my best attempt at a relatively unbiased 6 minutes, but I can't make any promises. In front of your screen is our beautiful campus. We've been recognized as one of the most beautiful colleges in America. In the middle there is East College. DePaul was founded in 1837. We first started having classes there in East College around 1890. So our campus has grown a lot since then. While we are a liberal arts college today of about 2,000 students, our overall campus footprint is really close to 700 acres. Now, Greencastle is located just in the center of Indiana. We're just southwest of Indianapolis. We're kind of nestled right in between IU and Purdue almost, but just a little bit outside the downtown Indianapolis area. You can be in Indianapolis in 45, 50 minutes. We're also really close to the international airport. So it's a quick trip from the Indianapolis airport to our picturesque campus. Diving in a little bit deeper into campus, I want to show off a few things that we pride ourselves on and that we've been recognized as with some national rankings. We are the #1 liberal arts college in the state of Indiana, but maybe more significantly for you all, since you're not in the state of Indiana at this time, is that we're a top 50 nationally liberal arts college in the nation. We have an incredible study abroad program, which we cannot wait to continue to open up more opportunity for this year after we've halted many of those programs during the pandemic. But I'll talk a little bit more about how we combine an amazing study abroad experience with maybe an internship or research, all packed into those 4 years here in Greencastle. Diving in a little bit closer into what you could be studying here, we have 2 schools at DePaul. A majority of our students find themselves studying in our College of Liberal Arts, where our smaller but mighty cohort might be auditioning and continuing their musical careers in our School of Music. Both are amazing opportunities waiting for you here in Greencastle. You can see our top 10 listing of majors there from kind of descending order. Economics, communication, computer science continue to be some of our strongest and most successful programs in popularity and interest, but it's not always a popularity competition. We have an amazing variety of majors, from 49 different majors to 56 minors. If we would have met virtually in a session like this, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, you wouldn't see neuroscience, global health, and many other offerings on our listing today. What's happened is we do allow our students to create their own independent interdisciplinary majors. That actually is a thing. You can create your own major sometimes in college. And I bring this up because over the years, you might find new majors and new interests show up on our list. And that's really taking our students' interest to heart and updating our academic departments to really match our needs and what our students are looking for. So you could really shape the curriculum directly just by kind of showcasing your interests and what you're all about. If you decide that you really want to continue your school of music education, it is audition based, a little separate and different application than the overall Common App. And I will not be the counselor for you for the School of Music, but we all kind of work together. We have 4 degree offerings on there, but say you're undecided and maybe it's an intimidating thing to think about continuing on auditioning and being in music for the next 4 years. Know that about 400, 500 students in the College of Liberal Arts are in fact continuing on in their musical careers outside of the School of Music. What this means is we have symphonic bands and performance groups available for you if maybe music has been a huge part of your 4 years, but you're not quite ready to let go of that. You don't have to. Very rarely at DePaul are you going to be told no. You'll be able to dive in and enjoy all that our campus has to offer, especially in the classroom. At the end of your 4 years, we are committed to really cultivating, empowering, and creating the leaders that the world needs. That's in our motto and one of the things that we're all about. This could be access in your classrooms by being in one of 15 or 17 in a classroom with an 8-to-1 student to faculty ratio. It really means that our professors are there for you. You will truly be a global citizen, whether you or not you complete a full semester study abroad or a short-term winter term or May term experience like you see here, pictured on this slide. You have access to the world, even in the heart of the Midwest. You have an opportunity to try new things and be able to do an internship or do research all in those 4 years. By the end of it, you might be surprised that you're a student leader on campus and getting involved in new things. That's one thing that I loved about my 4 years at DePaul. There wasn't a lot of downtime. Sure, I could relax and hang out with friends, catch up on the latest show you're binging, but there was always kind of a drive to get out and do something. Your friends were on campus and they were encouraging you to try new things or get involved in a lot of our clubs, organizations, or fraternity and sororities on our campus. In my final few minutes here, I want to bring your attention to a few statistics that I want you to see before our time concludes. We have an 84% 4-year graduation rate, which is far higher than the national average, and some special pathways that have shown success in law, business, education, just to name a few. While we're still collecting the numbers for the class of 2021, you can see that the class of 2020, even amid pandemic, entered the workforce and went directly into graduate school in some pretty impressive programs across the country. DePaul is exclusively available on the Common App. It is an entirely free application for our seniors in the room, and we are entering our 4th year now as a truly test-optional institution. So we cannot wait to read your application, and our campus is now open for visitors Monday through Saturday. So I'm gonna yield my time. I think I'm right at 6 minutes, but thank you so much for taking some time and joining our little Midwest and College Roadshow. Can't wait to see you on DePaul's campus. Take care and go Tigers.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And up next, we have Seton Hall University.
Great, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Hansen, and I am with Seton Hall University in beautiful South Orange, New Jersey. This is a shot of our campus, of course. And if you're not familiar with South Orange, New Jersey, of course, we're on the East Coast, but the other really neat thing about Seton Hall University is South Orange is located in really what's considered a suburb of New York City. So you get the best of both worlds as a student coming to Seton Hall, access to New York City, just 14 miles away and only a short 30-minute commute by train or subway. From our campus. The train station is only a quick 10-minute walk from our campus. So students love having this opportunity to jump into New York City, but not exactly live in it if they're not really into that urban environment. So I will highlight some of the reasons that's important to our students in just a second. We are a Catholic university. Of course, we are open for all different religions, different belief systems, different identities, so we are a very inviting campus. We are a mid-sized school, just over 6,000 undergraduate students and 4,000 graduate students. For our campus size, quite diverse. We have a 45% diversity rate, and many of our students do come from the West Coast and the Western states as well, including Colorado. We're also close to the Newark Airport, so very conveniently located for you to come visit us. Many of our students and families will fly into Newark, get to our campus in about 20 minutes, and also just a quick hour from Philadelphia, and a lot of different outdoor things you can explore at Seton Hall. So this is a list of all of our different schools and colleges located within the campus of Seton Hall. Some of these I'll highlight that are really popular, and many students seek us out from faraway states to explore Seton Hall and the opportunities it offers. This includes our School of Communication and the Arts. Being so close to New York City, we have a lot of great opportunities for students to intern with all the major TV networks, ABC, CBS, ESPN, MTV. They've interned on The Tonight Show, The Today Show, CNBC, etc. And even some of our students that are into doing performing arts, they have interned and then gone on to perform on Broadway. We also have a wonderful School of Education and Human Services with elementary ed, secondary ed, and special ed offered. And we have a lot of health science offerings. So we have a direct entry nursing program. Our nursing program is the oldest in the state of New Jersey. So it has a great reputation, very high pass rate. And you will meet a lot of Seton Hall alum in the practical side of the nursing program if you decide to join us at Seton Hall. Also, other health profession opportunities include physical therapy, physician assistant, occupational therapy, speech and language pathology, and athletic training. Next, our School of Diplomacy and International Relations, really an important one as well, because we have an exclusive alliance with the United Nations of America, who helped us write our curriculum. So students many times will intern at the UN. They can also study in DC for a semester and intern at the White House. They can also find themselves interning at embassies, either domestically or abroad, as well as with the FBI, the Secret Service, at the CIA, and then many private sector folks as well. Our Stillman School of Business, very highly acclaimed. We'll get into more details about that. And also we have a brand new medical school. It's about 4 years old at this point, but we do have a wonderful joint degree program that I'll highlight in just a second. Lastly, of course, the School of Theology, given that we are a Catholic school, and a School of Law. So we do offer some dual options into our law school. So just some things that I want you to be aware of about Seton Hall if you're not familiar with us. Number one, business leadership in the program. So this has been number one for the past 5 years in a row. And we are really excited to offer that to students. So this offers hand-on-hand mentorship, coaching, as well as internship opportunities with top leaders in the profession, whether it be finance, marketing, management, etc. We are also ranked number 4 in the nation for providing internship opportunities to students. So on average, over 80% of our students will complete between 3 to 5 internships before graduating. This is why we are very focused on outcomes at Seton Hall. We are among the top 25 universities in the nation with the highest paid graduates, and their mid-career earnings are 50% higher than the national average. Again, our law school, very highly acclaimed, ranked number 16 in the nation. I mentioned some of these programs, but we do have some great dual degree options, which can save you some time and money. First of all, we have a partnership with the Stevens Institute of Technology, which is a fine engineering school. In this, students can opt to do a 3+2 or a 5-year complete program with a bachelor's and a master's degree, bachelor's either in chemistry or physics, and then going on to get their master's degree in engineering. We also offer dual law programs with our Seton Hall Law School. In these are 3+3 options or 6-year total programs. You can choose to study either business, political science, diplomacy and international relations, religion, or social work. Our School of Health and Medical Sciences and our joint MD programs as well are very popular. In these, students can choose to study either in 6 years, 3+3, your physician assistant, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language pathology, or the 5-year athletic training program. And lastly, our joint MD program, a BS to MD, that can be done in either 7 or 8 years. And we have a partnership there as well with the Hackensack Meridian Health Group, which is a top provider of healthcare in the New Jersey area. So I mentioned internships. So this is just a very small sampling of the internships that students have done at Seton Hall and different companies they've gone on to work at. At Seton Hall, students can start internships as early as the second half of their freshman year. We also offer research opportunities as early as freshman year. So these companies also do offer research too. In our area of New Jersey, northern New Jersey, it is a hub for pharmaceutical companies. So many students will find themselves interning and or working for companies such as Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Merck, and many others that are in the area. We also have a wonderful sports management program with our business degree program. So many students will go on to work with professional teams and do very well in that area. We also have a lot of fun at Seton Hall. So we have over 150 different clubs and organizations that students participate in. We are part of the Big East Conference. So we have 14 different Division I athletic teams. We're most well known for our men's basketball team, Go Pirates. And we also have club and intramural sports as well as Greek life. And don't forget, we're just 14 miles from New York City for you to enjoy lots of more opportunities. But here's my information. I'm also going to put it in the chat as well as the application fee waiver. So thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And now I'll invite all of our presenters to come back on screen. We'll have some time for some Q&A. Unfortunately, the University of New Hampshire was not able to make it today, but we'll go ahead and get started with some questions with our panelists that are here. So let me share this here. Our first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So we'll start again. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? All right, we'll start with Jess with Velpraso.
Perfect. I unmuted myself this time. But I think one of the biggest things I always tell my students is to visit. You now have way more opportunities than any students who have preceded you, in the sense that you have the ability to visit virtually, come to campus that way, and then also make the trip in person. But I do always encourage our students to check out the institutions, however they have visits. Velpo is doing them in person. We have for over a year since the pandemic started, because we are so small and we do individual visits. And then we also have virtual opportunities. So take advantage of those. A lot of institutions have made them readily available to you.
Thank you. Purdue?
Yeah, I always encourage students, and this might be something that's a little bit challenging, but stick with me. I always tell students, this is one of the biggest decisions you're going to make in your life, one of the biggest investments financially and emotionally and time-wise. So when you do visit colleges, try not to get like blinded by, like the big stadiums or the classrooms or like the really cool feel of being there. Those things are all good, but also you can ask us tough questions. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. Ask us about graduation rates, ask us about retention rates, ask us about, like, if I have a bad day on campus, who do I talk to? Who are my support systems while I'm there? What happens if me and my roommate don't jive together? Like, what does that look like? Can I have friends come and visit me on campus? Like, ask some of those more challenging questions. I know many times we get stuck on, can I bring my car to campus? Usually no. Most incoming freshmen, you can't bring your cars to campus, but there are some bigger topics that we would love to talk with you about if necessary. So realize we're here to help you. That doesn't just mean showing you the nicest everything. We want to be able to help you emotionally, mentally, whatever you need.
That's a great reminder. That's really appreciated. Thank you so much. University of Evansville?
My advice is to take advantage of opportunities to connect with current students at the schools that you're looking at. They are the ones that are living, there. They're there every day on campus 24/7. So ask them some tough questions too. What is it like at 11 o'clock at night on campus? But I mean, they're such a great resource. I'm sure all the schools are the same. We have students that are always eager to talk about their experience, at least at the University of Evansville. So take advantage of that.
That's great. Thank you. All right, DePauw.
And I would add, you probably have all the social media platforms out there right now. So like, comment, subscribe, check out all of our social media platforms. Seriously, this is the best way to get up-to-date information from all of our schools, and you're not even trying. As you're scrolling through your social media feed, you'll see an update from Valparaiso, or check out what's going on in Evansville at UE, or pop over to Seton Hall in New Jersey, or check out Purdue, and maybe you'll see a DePauw Tiger or two along the way. But really check out each of our social media accounts. I know the teams that go into working on those, and they do an amazing job updating content where you can have live look-ins to what's going on each of our college campuses.
Great reminder, especially in the virtual world that we're in now. There's so many different ways to connect. It's a great reminder. All right, Seton Hall.
Okay, I guess my biggest piece of advice would be something that I certainly did not do when I was going through my college search process. And that would be to reach out to those universities that you've really picked, or your top universities that you're very interested in. Reach out to the admissions folks, reach out, find out who that counselor is for your area, and ask them all sorts of questions. The more you know, the better you'll do in making your selection. And also, we can do additional things for you behind the scenes that you might not know about just looking at our website, which include things like putting you in touch with current students, putting you in touch with alumni, putting you in touch with a lot of maybe faculty that are teaching a program that you're interested in. So we have the ability and the connections to do that. So please reach out to us because we'd love to hear from you.
Perfect. Thank you. We have time for more questions. So I'm going to go to the next question here. Hopefully this will be a fun one for us. Is what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? So we'll just go round robin again.
One thing to remember, I'll probably go with my favorite thing about Velpo, and that is honestly where we are located. Being an hour from Chicago, we're in a residential area. So not quite a suburb of Chicago, but still in Northwest Indiana. But with the dunes, it can't be beat. That if you enjoy hiking, being outdoors, whether it be when it's nice out or when it's cold, there's still outdoor activities. And we're on a 350-acre campus, so we have a lot of opportunities to be outside, hammock village, etc. So where we're located is chef's kiss for me.
So one thing that I love people to remember is that when you think about Purdue University, a lot of people think about our mascot. And most people think our mascot is Purdue Pete. He's the guy with the big hat and huge head and weird kind of face, who actually just won the award for being the creepiest mascot in the nation. Go Purdue. However, he is not our mascot. He was created by the bookstore about a couple of decades ago. The mascot is the train, the Boilermaker Special, biggest mascot in the country. It's huge, it's very fast, it's street legal. They went to the Rose Bowl a while back and actually drove the Boilermaker Special from West Lafayette to Pasadena, California. The whole way it was just honking the horn and everything. So very, very awesome.
This is a tough question just to pick one. For me, I guess my thing would be just the ability to be a part of change when you're on campus. Even as a freshman, you can take change lab classes and actually you can even teach a change lab class. If you have a project that you're passionate about or something that you want to see, some sort of positive change come about, you can take that class and work towards really making that happen. We have students that are working towards homelessness here in the Evansville area, and they're building tiny homes for our homeless population. It's just really neat. A lot of the things that we do. We have a pro bono physical therapy clinic that provides free services. We even have a van that transports them. So just really neat things like that.
And over at DePaul, we have many longstanding traditions. We've been around since 1837. Odds are there's something that's been part of our campus, and one of them has to be the Monon Bell Classic. So it's one thing that often puts us on the map. It's the only nationally televised Division III football game out there. It celebrates the 127th running this fall against our arch rivals, Wabash College, and also in Indiana. But the winner gets to keep a beautiful 300-pound bell that ran on the Monon rail line through central Indiana. So it's a lot of fun, and our campus suddenly has 10, 15,000 people on campus for that one game.
Okay, so for Seton Hall, I guess I have a lot of things I would like to say too, but I think one of the things I didn't say in my presentation is that Seton Hall as a hallmark, we have a very strong commitment to servant leadership. So many of our students will participate in service and leadership at the same time in many different ways, whether it be serving the community of Seton Hall or around the area or even internationally. So that's one thing. In addition to that, we have been voted as the #1 most festive university for college festivities. So we're hoping to continue that tradition, but if you love Christmas, you will love celebrating with us at Seton Hall.
That's great. I love all these answers. It's so great to get to know that little tidbit about each university. That's fantastic. And we have time for one more question. We'll try to make it a little quicker here. We have just a couple more minutes, but that's perfect. All right. Last one. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process? I know it's a big question for only a couple minutes left, but if there's, one myth that you'd like to debunk, what would that be?
This one is a big one. So being in our financial aid office at Velpo, the biggest one I will debunk is that private school education is overpriced and way too expensive. And I think that's very common in a lot of private schools, but private schools also have a lot of really great access for scholarships for our students. Valpo, if, for example, 98% of our students are receiving financial aid. Also, just for filing the FAFSA, you get $1,000. Merit scholarships are an opportunity. So reach out to your admission counselors, regardless of where you're looking, and ask those questions about how to finance your education, because the answers are out there and we are here to support you.
I will make mine fairly quick. High school is not college. I think some students think that they're going to go to high school, go to college, and it's going to be just like grade 13. But no, it's new people, it's research, it's studying for your future, it's study abroad, organizations. It is amazing. There's a reason why so many people say, like, if I could go back to college, I would in a heartbeat. And so many people who are in your positions are super excited. So it's not high school. Don't treat it like high school. It'll be so much more enriching.
So my myth, I guess, is you do not have to know what you want to be when you grow up, when you go to college. It is okay to go undecided. Actually, I think it's sometimes better to come in undecided, because then you can kind of explore your interest and find what is, where your interests are and what that could lead to. Maybe you don't even know what career paths based on your interests, that you could go into, but you can explore that when you're in college. So don't be afraid to go undecided.
And I'll add that we truly are here to help. I'm sure you probably have different perceptions of an admission officer and what goes into admission counseling, what we all do, but please ask us questions. We are here to help you during your college search, not just reading your application.
Okay, well, I don't know if this is a myth or not, but it's something that I wish I would have done when I was in college, which is, I guess, something that I always thought was, I was kind of afraid to go to my faculty to ask them questions and to really seek out opportunities. And I think that many times those faculty would love to help students with those opportunities. So please don't be shy, and just take the bull by the horns and go talk to those faculty and ask them if if you're interested in a research opportunity or something of that sort, because they're there to help you too.
Great. I love all the advice and everything that you've shared tonight. It's been fantastic. And so again, just thank you to all of our panelists, and thank you for being here and joining us tonight. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions both today and tomorrow. There's a lot more going on. And you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/greaterdenver. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good evening.